Toronto's pick. Was that a surprise? Because I thought that I had read this kid was like a little bit, maybe third round pick.
Yeah, a lot of people had him. Easton Cowan is his name. They had him in the late 50s, early 60s, and I just want to be totally clear. Like I've got enough on my plate chasing 32 teams. Outside of really the top 10 players in the draft, I don't know jack shit about.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and profess to anyone that I know or have seen Easton Cowan. The people that I trust, the scouts that actually do the work, the draft expert that I have on staff here at Daily Faceoff, Stephen Ellis, who did an incredible job this year. A lot of people seem to think it's a reach, but look, I'm not going to knock anyone in what they see, because there's plenty of players every year that if everyone saw it consensus, they, guys that go on to play 1,000 games wouldn't get picked in the 5th round.
Right.
So, if you see something you like, I'm never going to knock someone for going to get it, because he apparently had a really quiet regular season and then was awesome in the playoffs.
Yeah, and point a game.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe the Leafs' own recent playoff woes remind them that they need guys that actually show up when it counts. Maybe that's what did it for them, but I don't know. It'd be curious to see what happens. And I also kind of liked that, if you noticed, Brad Treliving, their new GM there, had their head scout, Wes Clark, make the pick. And part of it, I think, was because Calgary didn't allow Brad Treliving to be at the table until the pick was made. But the other part of it is maybe it was just he's sending the head scout up there to make the pick, essentially reminding everyone, hey, not my guy. This is
yeah, right. That's a good point.
Quickly, too, it's funny you said that, because our friend and our partner with Nation Network, Jay Rosehill, I was watching him the other day, and he was talking about Marner and respectfully saying he just feels like he's a little soft. One of my questions was, quickly, do you think any of those big guys there in Toronto get moved? But the other thing that I found funny was Rosie goes, I'm not even sure he could lift the Stanley
Cup.
He's strong enough to lift the Stanley Cup. Fuck, I was laughing. But anyway.
I did see that, and Rosie is unreal. I love that he has absolutely no filter.
Yeah.
And can't wait to we have a 2-hour free agent special on Saturday from 11 to 1. Jay Rosehill will be on the panel with Mike McKenna. I'll be there breaking some signings if I can, and whatever I can get my hands on. So it should be a fun 2 hours, because we had Rosie on for the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And the Calgary Flames and Coyotes made a trade where they swapped brothers. Like, one of the Ritchie brothers went to Arizona and one went to Calgary. And on air, Rosie was like, do you think they could just leave their girlfriends there too? Who else would say that?
Yeah, right.
On like a big, trade deadline special. So can't wait to see what he's cooking up for Saturday.
Yeah,
for sure. I was going to bring that up, your guys' show this Saturday at from 11 to 1. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And with the Leafs, here's the thing. William Nylander, this contract negotiation, I don't want to say it's coming down to the wire, because it doesn't really have a deadline. But I do think that if they hit a dead end and they feel like they can't get a deal done, that Brad Treliving won't be afraid to trade him. He's been down this path before with the same agent. Johnny Gaudreau and William Nylander both are represented by Louis Gross. And I think there's probably some scar tissue there from how that played out with Johnny. And I don't foresee a world in which this time around Brad Treliving goes through it and says, you know what, we're just going to have Nylander play out the season and he can walk for nothing. I don't see that being the case.